takes in the sights of Sumeru City. Or we could buy a few nice mementos to take home. Hey, no need to put it like that. Let's keep walking. The rules of the Knights of Livonia state that any and all expenditures during a business trip are counted as travel expenses. That's more than enough justification to live a little. Of course, with me being here on my own, it was looking like a wasted opportunity. But now that I've run into you, why don't we make this a joint trip? You're always so busy. It's high time you... And anyway, life is short, so we should make the most of the time we have. Great. Music to my ears. There's nothing more enjoyable. Now, how about Liyue? I'd be heading past there on my way back to Mondstadt anyway, so it's not out of the way. Well, lucky me. Liyue's Ministry of Civil Affairs frequently corresponds. I don't have much luggage, so it won't take me long to pack. Give me a...
What you see is what we've got. Feel free to look around.
I've heard that there's lots to see and do in Liyue, but I'm sure you're more familiar with the place than I am, so I'll leave the itinerary to you. Excellent. Well, hopefully I'll get... It's such a satisfying feeling to just drop everything. Who knows who we might cross paths with. Do you know this shop? It looks pretty nice from the outside. Shall we take a look?
Welcome to Mingxing Jewelry.
Let me see. Ah, what do you think, traveler? See anything that suits my style? I trust your judgment.
Ah, you're interested in souvenirs. If you're struggling to decide, you might want to consider getting... If you're looking for a specific...
Oh, that's a pity. I'm just visiting and I won't be in town for very long.
No worries at all, sir. If you're looking for something off the shelf, why not go and see Mr. Sherto at the Jade Mystery? He also deals in jade and precious stones. Exactly. But on that note, there's no risk in purchasing a piece of jade that's already been cut. But you... I won't say any more, as I don't... It's only human nature to spend a little when... The Ministry of Civil Affairs takes everyone's economic...
I think that's sound advice wherever you go into that.
Welcome! Looking for uncut stones or pre-cut jade?
Uncut stones. Ah, yes, we were just briefed on that. Let's take a...
I believe I detect a quiet but distinct tone of apprehension in your words. Please rest assured, feel free to peruse at your leisure. I think you'll find that everything Sure, you can bet on jade and lose if... My terms are clear and...
Sounds perfectly reasonable. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much...
Yes, exactly. I'm glad... Anyway, betting on Jade is what it is. Feel free to try your luck. I'll leave you to browse at your own pace now.
Amber-colored. Why not? This is a quirky little place. Somehow, I'm inclined to entertain him for a bit. Well, if you're not interested, then I guess we'll...
Ahoy there, Captain! Fence.
What, a poor sailor like me? You must be joking.
Hey! Keep your voice down. Can't you see I've got...
I mean, you want the full list? Or Captain Kaeya?
Oh, just taking a short trip with my friend.
Yes, it's been
Anywhere you'd recommend I visit while...
Let me think. Wanmin Restaurant's always a pretty good bet. And, speaking of my wife, she won't let me forget what a great...
Your wife? Ah, yes.
Very well, thank you. Very well. Anyway.
All right. Ah, I finally remembered who that was.
I see. So you went through that whole conversation with no idea who you were. Old Wu's usually quite the chatterbox, so it's very unusual for him to just take off mid-conversation. How exactly do you two know each other anyway?
An educated guess. It's pretty straightforward, honestly.
Well, it still seems strange to me. His eldest was once playing on that big rock over there when he took a tumble and injured himself. I helped to patch the kid up. I'm just surprised he was so quick to excuse himself.
Well, stubborn, I can believe.
Someone drilled a hole in his ship? Oh dear. His line of work isn't easy. The poor fellow usually has to set sail before... Competition is fierce these days. Anyway, I digress. We merchants protect our goods like our own lives, so who knows?
I am an upstanding member of the Knights of Favonius, after all.
Since you asked about recommendations earlier, you're here from Mondstadt, yes? Might I suggest... If memory serves, they're just about to retell...
Huh. Sounds interesting enough. So this is the...
we meet again. What a coincidence. Twice in one day. Oh, that didn't take me long. And
Wu, weren't you just at Wanwen Bookhouse buying a book?
Shh, just leave it be, Anjang. There's no need. I take it that you two aren't from around...
Oh, seems like the tea house is the... Did you manage to get something for your daughter just now, Captain?
Yes, thank you. If it weren't for you, Captain...
I'm so lost, Wu.
Your wife's originally from Mondstadt, isn't she? Did you run into Captain
The latter. Oh, this is so humiliating. Anyway, back when my wife was pregnant, we were taking a trip to Mondstadt.
Oh, that sounds awful.
I mean, he's still here, and he's still got all his
Yes, he did. Thankfully, my wife was injured and quite shaken up by the ordeal. So, he took her to the...
So, what happened to...
Huh? What did you jump in the water for? You know they could...
No, that's not... They threw me.
They did what? Did they have a weird fetish or something?
The treasure hoarders always move in groups, and fighting back when you're outnumbered isn't usually an option.
Captain Kaeya, please, there's no need for you to try to save face. Yet, despite that, I somehow only ended up humiliating myself. They tossed me into the water to humiliate me, and to use... What I'd intended was to pretend to drown, then sneak back onto shore while they weren't looking, and find a way... That was before Captain Kaeya appeared out of nowhere and saved the day. But God knows what they did with my clothes. I couldn't find them anywhere. By the time I gave up looking for them, you were most of the way to the winery.
Outrageous!
So,
I made it to the winery, but the maids noticed me first, and they called the Lord of the Manor out to give me the beat. After my wife recovered consciousness, she had to have a long talk with the young lord.
Ugh, good luck living that one down.
Trust me, I know.
I'm sorry, Captain. I wasn't in...
It's fine. It's my own fault for thinking I could sweep it under the carpet and forget about it. I don't know if I can ever... Still, it won't stop me from trying. You and your friend are here to catch the storyteller, right? In fact, they do serve some food here, too, but it's not the best. Okay, let me run and get some fruit to share.
Oh, poor Wu.
I wonder how much Fanaria caught of that.
He really didn't have to share all the details of that story. But since he didn't seem to mind, I wasn't about to stop him. I did actually forget at first, but once he brought up his daughter, D-Luke thought some pervert was harassing the maids. He charged straight out the door, great sword in hand and raring to go. I haven't seen him so angry in a long time. So, hey, you didn't think I was being serious, did you? I just helped the guy out on a couple of occasions because I happened to be in the right place.
I'm back with fruit.
Thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. Once my new pharmaceutical
business.
Shipping's impossible. I'm going to become a partner of Boo Boo. It's specially formulated. I've suffered from it myself, it's a good cause and a stable source of income. Whichever way you...
That's impressive, Wu. I wouldn't have thought you had the connections.
Oh no, not Dr. He gave me a few of his traditionally formulated...
Dr. Baiju's...
Yeah, I told him I'd be enthusiastically recommending his He said that he shouldn't really be handing out free prescriptions since, and I quote, it goes...
But I got chatting with Dr. Baiju recently when the secure transport
Huh?
Captain Wu, where did you...
Just out on the street? I know that sounds dubious, but this is an educated and
Hold on a second. I just remembered something. My nephew-in-law met a medicine seller not too long ago, too. He spent a lot of mora on it, but when he brought it to Boo Boo Pharmacy, Herbalist Gui took one look and told him he'd bought this Baifudzu you met. Did he by any chance have a
He did.
If I may, Captain Wu, there's a lot of mora in...
You're right, Captain Kaeya.
He left in a hurry. He must be stressed out of his mind right now.
Hey, let him deal with this, okay? I'm no Dark Knight hero, or martial arts hero for... Wait, or are you? Now that I think about it, either way, Liyue has its own rules and regulations. Best to let the Ministry of Civil Affairs deal with this in the proper manner. We came here to enjoy ourselves, remember?
It is said that the sky, yet fate fortuitous, found him when he entered the tutelage of an adept.
Is that all? Huh. I was hoping to hear the rest of the story. It was all right. I suppose the hero always has to sacrifice himself.
Oh, I see the show is over. Yeah, I saw Dr. Baiju. Looks like it was a scam after all.
Then what are you waiting for? Don't just stand there. You need to report this to the minister.
Hold on. Let's not lose our cool.
Well, I'd arranged to meet him at the Yunsheng Tea House once I...
Okay, so you've got another meeting.
I've got no one to blame. Young lady, you're a good person, and I'm touched by your words of comfort. Still, the consequences are mine alone to bear.
It's obvious, isn't it? He needs to report the case to the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I am quite curious. How does our chivalry... There are countless victims of injustice in the world. We can't try to help each and every one of them, can we? Oh, I'm surprised. I'm genuinely flattered. But we both know that I'm not that kind of person, really. Your logic is very straightforward, and but I like how you think. So I'll indulge your martial arts hero aspirations for now. Captain Wu, how would you feel about owing me one more favor?
I'm sorry, Captain Kaeya?
Let's say, hypothetically speaking, I found a way to recover your Mora that would leave if it could be done, and the only cost was owing me yet another favor.
What exactly are you getting at?
The Traveler here is adamant that you should ask me for another favor. Personally, I blame the storyteller. After the inspiring tale of Bravebeard, she's all
Captain Kaeya, young lady,
All right. Now... All right, then it's settled.
Take it easy.
Ah, you're here. Good. You've got nothing to worry about. As long as this luck... Before I toss the coin...
Hello. Are you waiting for someone? As long as you follow the rules of the tea house, you're welcome here. Please be our guest.
From the way you describe it, Liyue Du... All that awaits me back in Mondstadt is a horde of insufferable sycophants. True...
I understand. For one as ambitious as yourself, Mr. Rich.
What are you doing? It's common courtesy to introduce yourself. Can't you see we got here first? They're running out of tables, huh? Looks like this location's getting too small for them.
So, my friend, what's your name?
Here is the tea that you ordered.
Ugh, this Mr. Bai, this has been a most pleasant and insightful
Yes, good fortune indeed. In that case, I must thank you for your...
You there. I'll get yours too. Oh, you can't tell? My family's lived in Mondstadt for generations. I got bored sitting around at home. The sights of Liyue Harbor are rather spectacular. I've half a mind to buy a that would be quite nice. If the family would spare me a little loose change, I could even invest in an antique shop or two so I have something to do during the day. And the point of life is to enjoy yourself.
Mr. Rich, just to clarify, that's quite a large sum of money.
The name's Albert. Surname Rich, but only the servants in the house address me as Mr. Rich. Now that we're so well acquainted, Mr. Bai, please just call me Albert.
Albert does have a nice ring to it. It is my honor to become friends with someone of your caliber.
You flatter me. What say you to acting as my guide during my time in Liyue? I'll pay you handsomely, of course. Naturally, board and lodging would be included. And I could pay you in the region of 50,000 mora per day?
No need, my good friend. I shan't be so vulgar as to take your To join a noble gentleman on his travels is a rare opportunity.
You there. You're welcome to join us if you want. Guha, huh? Strange choice of name. Gotta say, I've been in Liyue for a while now. This is the first I'm hearing of them. I guess they're one of these obscure ones who keep to themselves.
Yes, well, there are many martial arts clans and factions in Liyue.
Ha, fair enough. Still, weird name. Seriously, though, what kind of skills do you guys train anyway? It's all for show, right? I saw some people performing a few... I already told the server to put it on my tab. Don't bother getting her to split the bill. It'll only complicate things.
Young lady, there's no need to take things so seriously. Why don't you...
Are you trying to make a point by throwing my generosity back in my face? All right, then.
Please, my friends, let's not get so worked up. You young people have...
Did I hear that right? So you'll only pay for yourself if you win, but I'll get the check for the three of us if you lose. It's not that I... No, what I find truly absurd is your refusal to play fair. I demand that you also pay for three if you win. Fine. You can have your apology if you win, but...
Well, as long as you're no longer raring to fight.
Why do you join us, Mr. Bai? Let's entertain this gal for a sec. We don't want her to think you're stingy.
But I wasn't even a part of your argument.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Bai? Whose side are you on here?
Of course.
And anyway, it's no big deal if you win. It's just a few cups of tea after...
all right then. I suppose it's not all that different from the...
All right, now we're talking. Well, that should be simple enough. Here, I'll take this coin and ask the counter to...
Young lady, I can see that you haven't spent many years in the I, too, only met this Mondstadt millionaire by complete chance today. But we're getting along just fine. In the real world, you've got to keep up appearances. You young people are much too
Just so we're clear, let's say the marked side is heads, and the unmarked side is tails. We should also take turns tossing the coin.
Sounds fair to me. What?
All right, then, I'll start us off. Here we... Oh, Wait,
I suppose the choice is arbitrary.
let me think. I'll also go with tails.
Oh, darn, I won.
I won as well. Guess there might be a formal apology in the card. I have a suggestion. If one of us loses twice in a row, they should get knocked out while the other two... I flipped the coin last time, so why don't you...
Now just wait a second, my dear.
Oh?
You are both young, and I've already seen your short tempers for myself. If Albert loses this round, and this young lady wins, you'll be tied. And before you know it, you'll be at each other's throats again. Well, that's not my only consideration, either. You two may be too young to know this, but I've been around them. In dice games, people use all sorts of methods to rig the game. Some even fit the dice with... If Albert wins the next round, and you, young lady, lose for the second time, if that happens, only for you to then find out that the coin was rigged all along, you're short. A purely hypothetical scenario, of course, but one that I'm bringing up now to avoid any misunderstanding further down the road. Go on, give me the coin.
Very diligent of you indeed, Mr. Bai. Looks like I chose...
A rigged coin will always be a little heavier than a normal coin, you see. This one...
What's your bet this time, Mr. Bai?
I'll stick with...
Tails, huh? Well, you seem to have a feel for this, so I guess I'll match your bet again this round. Tails it is. And you?
Well, my luck's still just about holding out. The three of us are now tied.
Well, here you... That's what makes it fun, isn't it? Anyway, there's no need to stress. What's the...
You make a good point.
Okay, and now it's my turn to guess. Not...
Why did it have to be heads? This whole thing started because you two got into a spat. What's it?
Sure, why not? I'm having fun. I can go for as many rounds as you want. What a miserly person. Do as you please. The two...
But, Albert, all the fun of gambling...
Oh, come on now. No need to walk on eggshells here. Let's keep it...
Sure. That's it.
Well, here's the coin. Wouldn't it defeat the whole purpose of betting if you guessed the same as me?
All right. It all comes down to luck, after all. Ooh, looks like Rex Lapis has smiled upon me today after all. Thank you.
Look at you getting so giddy over some chump change. It's like you've never gambled with real...
Well, in that case...
Sure. Let's up the stakes a little this time.
Oh, maybe that's a little...
What, 50,000? But that's just a single day...
All right. I'll bet...
Great, then I'll bet heads. No take... Heads.
Tails. Oh, how unfortunate. I shouldn't have gotten greedy. Albert, I'm terribly sorry, but as it happens, I forgot to bring my coin.
Advance payment? Sorry, I'm
This day, just getting better and better.
Just 50,000? That's not what we agreed on.
Huh? What are you talking about?
No, it wasn't. The amount was one...
1 million? Are you insane? Come on.
I'm being perfectly serious. I know what I said, and what I...
You're lying through your teeth. Hey, young lady. Huh? What the? I'm not deaf, you know. Oh, I see. I never met either of you before today, and out of nowhere you suddenly roped me into... Huh? Do you have any idea? Well, don't you try to celebrate just... Do you read... Frauds! Frauds, I say! These two kids are trying to scam me out of my...
How pathetic.
What is going on here? If you can't abide by our rules, you're not welcome.
Wait, don't throw me out! These...
Well, let's take this somewhere else. I don't want... Okay, you two. Care to explain yourselves?
Gladly. He's making up completely spurious claims. We were betting Mora over a few coin tosses, and now he wants to... He won 250,000 from me, then another 800,000 from the both of us. Now he's refusing to pay up the...
Okay, so after settling up, a total of 1 million Mora should have changed hands.
It's a complete pack up!
Sorry to interrupt you all, but your witness...
Oh, thank goodness you're finally here. What took you so long? That old guy's been bragging about the Mora he's won.
Leave me out of this. I want nothing to do with gamblers and scam.
Our new owner laid down the law not too long ago. We turn a blind eye, return any winning...
Why should I have to give them...
Oh, but I think you do. 2 investments, was it? One of them...
You...
Halberd! Bang! There's a...
Please don't...
This was never your Mora to begin with. What did you think, Captain Wu? Could you hear clearly from your corner on the 2nd floor?
Yes, everything.
Woo. This was your doing, wasn't it? Along with that blonde one. And all the customers on that... I know where you live. And I know what your wife looks...
Who'd be scared of a crook like you? I'll take you on any...
Well, let's see how long that false brother...
Oh, look at that. He figured it out.
Don't you two get cocky either.
My apologies for having to leave this question until you'd vacated the premises. But I noticed that all the guests on the 2nd floor were present before you took your seats. Would I be correct in saying you were looking to set this man?
Wait, so you saw through it right away?
Under normal circumstances, we would never tolerate a scheme like this taking place. However, I understand that our owner holds the traveler in high regard.
Ah, as I thought. When you're operating... Over to you, brave hero. You're the...
Okay. I understand the situation now. It goes with...
Well, Captain Wu, remember what I promised you? What do you think? Angry and frustrated enough for you?
Excuse me, coming through.
Yes, that's him all right.
Wait! Where's your evidence?
You can't talk your way out of this one. You're already suspected of defrauding multiple victims out of smaller amounts, and the combined total... Does the plaintiff have any witnesses? If so, you got tangled up in this too. In that case, please come with me. Your witness statements will play a crucial... Don't worry, we won't take up too much of your time.
Hey, keep your hands off me. I'll cooperate.
Thank you so much, the both of you.
Well, I have an idea. We originally came here to do some sightseeing.
Let me think. Now, where would I want to go?
Sounds fun to me. Let's... Well, this was certainly an eventful end to my trip. It wouldn't have been possible without you. Or my lucky coin, of course. Wouldn't be much of a lucky coin if it had. You still need some practice to master the technique, but luckily it decided... A better question to ask might be, what do I do? My answer would be that I tell the coin a joke every time I toss it into the air. Of course, this whole arrangement... Yeah, I was a little surprised. A good gambler always keeps their options open. So when I went to the counter, I marked... That safely avoided any risk of him finding out about the trick. But hey, what does it matter? The fact that, especially listening to him warn us about... As long as I chose the same bet as him, and you bet the opposite to me, then things would have gotten really interesting.
You two are genuinely the smartest people I've ever met. I'm no intellectual, so I would never have been able to come up with a plan like this. Even when you described it to me, I only understood parts of it. Well, I may not be... We were just ordinary acquaintances. If there's anything I can ever do for you in the future...
No? You seem agitated. There are two kinds of people who owe me. My informants have to fulfill whatever requests I make of them. And you're torn again. Too afraid to ask to be my friend, but well, it's okay. Because I just thought of This is the regular coin I prepared for the If it's heads, we're friends. But if it's tails, you're at my beck and call.
So, was it
What do you think? What does
I understand now. You have my most sincere gratitude.